Good morning guys, and welcome to Marie-Galant. It's a small island just southeast of Guadeloupe. We arrived here a few days ago and it's a really nice protected anchorage. Sometimes a quite big swell comes in, probably just because the ferries makes a lot of waves when they come in. It's been a really good spot here, but this upcoming weekend it will be a lot of wind with gusts up to about 30 knots. Our anchor is now placed in a place where there's a lot of seagrass and stuff, so the anchor cannot dig in properly. So we thought that we should move a bit and find a spot with a lot more sand for the anchor to dig in. We thought about sailing to Guadeloupe to get more protected from the wind, but we think this island is quite good and the anchorage is well protected from swell and so on. So we think we will stay here and just find a better spot.
The island here is pretty flat, so our theory is that when the strong gusts come in, they won't affect us as much here as they would behind the mountains on the main island, because the risk is that we will get a lot of wind falling down the mountain, accelerating and creating larger forces than there actually is. So hopefully that's a good idea, and we will also be more protected from the waves and swell here. But yeah, you never know. You know what you get, but you never know what it will be if you moved. So we hope for this one.
Since we decided to stay here a couple of days, we decided to do some laundry. Something you have to do. And when we were ashore yesterday, we found a really good place to do the laundry. It looked really nice. So yeah, we take the opportunity to pack up the things and do some laundry.
During the night, we hoist the dinghy to prevent it from being stolen. We take it up backwards with its aft pointing into the wind to prevent it from lifting if there will be a sudden gust. We have a slightly crooked oar to prove that we have learned this the hard way.
Yep.
And while Marcus is doing the laundry, I'm going to sit right here and edit the next video with my
buddy, the fan, because it's super hot today. Since there's no wind outside pushing through the boat, it's already 28 degrees in here and it's just past 9 o'clock. So it's going to be a hot day. Super happy for that fan. And let's get to editing.
While the machines are working at the laundromat, I'll take the opportunity to go to the grocery store and fill up with some fresh stuff. The store was closed yesterday since it was a holiday, so I will go here today, but it seems like it's open. Hopefully we can get some fresh stuff today. Groceries are done. There was a really long queue. I'm 5 minutes behind schedule. The timer for the washing machine went off in the store, so I'm heading back to the laundromat to pick up the clothes and put them in the dryer. The backpack is full and just pick up the last stuff in the dryer, and now I'm heading back to Emmy and the boat. Yesterday when we were ashore, there was almost no people here. The restaurant was closed, there was no boutiques that were open, and yeah, it was totally empty. It turns out that it was a holiday here yesterday, so it was some celebrations for last day of carnival, something like that, I don't know. But today there's much more stuff going on. The restaurants are open, the cafes are open, there's a lot of people walking around. Still, it's a quite nice, slow ongoing city. People are very friendly and it's not touristy, so it's very nice and calm here. I like this place. As I said this morning, we plan to move so we get a better spot for the anchor in a sand patch. But since then, all the boat has just turned around. Now we have our aft into the beach and it should be out to the sea. And all the boats are turning around and swings around, so it's a bit tricky to move right now. We want to get a good spot, but we also want to know where all the other boats will move and be. So it's quite, yeah, it's tricky.
This must be the definition of the calm before the storm. I think it's been a very long time since we've been in an anchorage where there's absolutely no wind. The wind transducer is shifting between 0 and 3 knots. What do you think? Is there a good spot?
No, there's not many better spots there over, so I think that big patch with sand, I think that's one of the best. One of the best.
Look at that. We were just going to put the dinghy up so it wouldn't be in the way, and during those 10 minutes there's a boat arriving and taking the exact spot that we just checked out. So now we're back to square one and we don't know if we should move or if we should just stay here. We decided that we are going to stay in this spot for the night. Maybe there will be a few boats that leave tomorrow morning once the wind picks up again, and then hopefully all the boats will be in the right direction as well, meaning that all the bows will be pointing in that direction that the hard winds are going to be in, and not like this, the totally opposite. So hopefully we will be in a bit better position to find a good spot tomorrow. And in the meantime we're going to go for an evening swim, clean the hull a bit, and then just watch a movie. When you clean the hull like this in the water, there is an actual chance that, or risk actually, that you get crabs that crawl into your ears and then crawl around there. Which is supposed to be really annoying and also very uncomfortable. So we use these, like swimming earplugs. So just put them in your ears, like that, and like that, and then no crabs. When we were in the water, we swam over to check the anchor, and it turned out it had tripped and was only held on by like seaweed, seagrass patch. Not very good for the strong winds, also in the wrong direction. So Marcus swam down, moved the anchor, moved the roots, and I jumped on board, tried to back up against the wind so that we're in the right direction for tomorrow's winds. And yeah, it's totally crazy. Our bow is now that way because I'm going backwards, but everyone else is pointing that way. So there was a dinghy with some guys that looked very puzzled about what I was doing. This actually turned out a lot better than expected. Backing up against the wind was pretty okay in these light conditions. Now all I have to do is check that we don't swing into that boat as we swing back to our pointing into the wind direction. So and we'll stay here for a while and just see where we end up while Marcus is in the water checking their anchor again. Well, we are officially re-anchored, and it looks like it has set very well, as long as the wind comes from northeast, which it's supposed to do. So the hull didn't get as clean as we had hoped for, but maybe we can continue that some other day if it's not too wavy in here or too much current. We'll see. But yeah, it actually looked pretty okay. There were a bit more growth than we had expected when you started to actually scrape on it and polish it with
Sponge thing.
Sponge thing, thanks. When you start to polish it with the sponge thing. So we definitely have to continue that another day. But still pretty good for being 1.5 years since we last cleaned it properly. Thank you for following us on our sailing adventure. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for weekly episodes. See you again next week, but until then, fair winds!